actually, like I mentioned in the chat, we lose X-Men.
Hey, I want to know Rich's opinion. I know he hasn't seen the movie, but like, does the trailer, does it appeal? And if you feel like watching it, what is, as a person who hasn't watched it,
he's like that after this review.
My money now.
It's like, well, I'm gonna wait till Redbox or whatever.
He's contributing very little to this podcast. If I learned anything tonight, is not to watch X-Men Apocalypse.
Welcome everyone. This is Drinks and Reviews episode number 2. I'm your host, Illyrio, along with several of my good friends. Nelson, what's up, man?
Hey, what's going on?
We also have Goodell. What's up, buddy?
How you doing?
And we have a special guest, our good friend Richard. What's up, man?
Hey guys, happy to be here.
All the way from where, Richard?
Trinidad.
Nice. All right, so we all got to see X-Men Apocalypse. I'm gonna start off with this review, man, and give it off to either Goodell and Nelson first because my review is not really that good. So I want to hear your thoughts on the movie.
I'll let Goodell start this one.
All right, Goodell, what did you think of the movie, bro?
I didn't think it was as bad as I didn't think it was as bad as everybody was already making it out to be. I went in there with the mindset that's it's an X-Men film, and they never really followed their own canon, so I had to sit there and enjoy the ride. There was parts that I really enjoyed. I mean, the movie, I'll probably give it a strong 7, maybe 7.5. The one fact I really didn't like was Apocalypse himself. Everybody else, the different character developments and stuff like that was all right, but the Apocalypse himself as a villain, I really think they could have done a way better job with him, especially him. I mean, he's such an amazing character, and there's so many storylines that they have in the comic book world with him, and the way that they had him in the movie was just kind of I mean, I'll give it a strong 7. I mean, compared you just see all these other characters that you normally would wish to see, and I really wish they would have brought more. I guess I want to say I wish they would have had more mutants showing their abilities and stuff of fighting Apocalypse, and not just the same main cast over and over and over. But I mean, I'll give it a strong 7. It was funny. It had some moments. Quicksilver still cracked me up. He does his little thing, but again, that. I can see where a lot of critics were saying that it was kind of the same feel of other movies because they did the same kind of thing in Future Days of Past. The developments, but I mean, I'll give it a 7.
Okay.
It wasn't the best. It wasn't really the best of them all.
Right. What do you think, Nelson?
No, Goodell's review is pretty much like mine. I thought the character development was a little bit washed out a little bit, like Psylocke didn't say anything. Oh, yeah. This is the first time supposedly seeing Jean Grey and Cyclops. Sorry guys, my daughter. I just thought it was a little bit under character development, and Apocalypse wasn't the most entertaining. I'm not gonna say entertaining. It was just it was washed out. It was just he was too powerful. He was too everything, and it was kind of okay, that's great, but it was kind of boring, to be honest with you. I enjoyed. Sorry, guys.
No.
I had to open a box. Anyways. I enjoyed actually Jean Grey's and Cyclops' performance. I enjoyed Nightcrawler's. We already know those characters, so you don't need to do a lot of character development. But Angel, he's never really got one, even in the past movies. Psylocke didn't, and I think that was a part that it really needed to be more entertaining. Because it was kind of they were bouncing from location to location. And just a little dialogue, and then we'll switch to another character. It wouldn't really go back and show some character development. That's the weakest part. That's why I agree with Goodell. I'll give it a 7.5.
God, you guys were actually much. Your reviews are actually much better than mine.
I'm a little biased too, bro, because I'm a fan. So
right. And first, let me say that I went into this movie not really with high expectations. I mean, I think this is the 5th X-Men movie, not counting Wolverine or Origins, right? And I'll be honest with you, man. I think the tagline of the movie is "Only strong fans will survive" or something like that. Man, to me, it was more like only the strong fans will survive through the whole movie. And the only reason I say that is because I literally fell asleep twice in the movie, man.
Where'd you get that model at, man? Where'd you read that at?
The whole first of all, let me talk about Apocalypse. I didn't like the way he looked, his costume. I think it was just, when you look at the comic book Apocalypse, it looks nothing like the movie counterpart. And the one gripe to me is like, why couldn't they make him look a little bit like the comic book? Okay, so that's one. And then two, it was just kind of boring, man. I fell asleep, like I said, twice in the movie, and there were some entertaining parts. Some of the action scenes, like at the end, when you see Magneto up in the air, and you see all that going on, it felt like you were watching like a comic book 2-page spread on the screen. That was kind of cool. But like I said, it just I don't know, the movie didn't do it for me, man. Like I said, I went in with very not high expectations or anything like that, and I just came out thinking, oh man, I didn't like it too much. A lot of the stuff that I didn't like as well was, I don't know if there was just too many characters in the movie, man, and they were trying to cram so much into a 2.5-hour movie or whatever.
That was the main problem.
Yeah, and I'm agree with you too, Nelson. When you said that Psylocke, like, dude, Olivia Munn, she's gorgeous, and I think, having Psylocke in there was awesome, but to me, she didn't really add anything to the movie, man. She didn't really do anything. Another thing too, that I'm a huge fan of Jennifer Lawrence. I think she's a great actress. I've seen her in many movies, and her performances are always really good. In this one, to me, I didn't buy her performance one bit. I still prefer Mystique from the original trilogy, to be honest with you. I thought, what's that lady's name? Rebecca
Stamos.
Yeah, I think her Mystique was better than this Mystique. Another thing that I was really unsure, and I don't know if it explained it, is, and you mentioned it right, Nelson, is Apocalypse is so powerful in this movie. What was the reasoning for him recruiting Magneto, Psylocke, Storm, and who's the other character he recruited? Because there's 4. I'm missing one.
It was Angel.
Yeah.
Angel.
What was the reasoning for him recruiting all those characters in the movie?
I mean, I understand the premise of that. Like, he basically steals. In Xavier's case, he wanted to steal his power to just be in control of everybody. But in reality, if he wanted to wipe everybody out, he could have just done it.
Right. And that's my point. Is like, did he really need everybody in order to take down X-Men? Like, you know what I think, dude? I don't know. I've never read Apocalypse origin story in the comic books, and to me, like I mentioned, I didn't like his character. I didn't think he looked badass or cool or anything like that. I'm thinking, and I'm assuming, and you guys tell me because I'm sure you guys read the story, but I'm thinking he's more badass in the comic book form than he is in the movie.
Oh yeah, by far, man. You're talking about a character that is not just against X-Men. This character is in the future, to where the points of different storylines. You have Cable and for Bishop coming back to the past to try to fix shit up.
Yeah,
because of Apocalypse. I mean, Apocalypse is an entity that's what really got me angry about it, because they make it seem like he does this transference to different mutants, and that's how he got all his abilities. And that's not him. He's just that. He is that motherfucker. He is that guy that he goes in, he does his little sleeps or whatever, but he comes back. He always gets his 4 horsemen. That's part of his whole thing. But the 4 horsemen are always more powerful because of the power he gives them. Like Angel. Angel starts off as Angel. He becomes Archangel. Yeah, that was cool. They made his wings all metal, but they were still kind of frail. They were still kind of like, they can still get their asses kicked and left and right. Yeah. And Apocalypse, and he made it seem like he needed them more than, I don't know.
Yeah. I think IGN brought up a good point, because I was listening to their review, and they're like, You know, instead of having Jennifer Lawrence as the main character, because that's how they were pushing it. You know.
Yeah.
They should have kept it where it was Xavier and Eric, or Magneto. They should have been like the focal point because they have a good relationship, good actors, you know. In First Class and in Days of Future, you know, it was revolved around them. And you know, Jennifer Lawrence is a good actress. I'm not, you know, knocking her, but you know, I don't know. I think they're taking her other stuff that she's done in other movies because she's like the main character and trying to push it in here, and it's like it's okay. You know, you could put her back as being a villain, working with Magneto on the side. Nobody's gonna get mad. She doesn't have to be in the forefront.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing with Mystique. Mystique is always not. She's never. I want to say she's never the main actress or the main person. She's always the supporting person. You know, she's always the one in the background. She's always the one recruiting people. She's always the one like doing shit in the shadows. She comes up, you know, this and that, but it's not for her, especially for her to be like taking over training and taking over as part of the X. She's not part of the X-Men. Like she's always part of the Brotherhood.
You guys agree that they made her character seem like she was the center of the whole movie?
Well, that was the big complaint.
Yeah.
That was the big complaint with all the critics was that they made her the lead of this movie, and that really they really feel like that's what hurt the film.
Right.
You know, and I agree with Nelson. You know, this whole story with X-Men, it started with two friends. They both had the view of wanting to make life better for for mutant kind, and they each one had a different version of how they get around that, how they get to it. Xavier wants to build a life with, you know, to coexist with humans and mutants, and Magneto, because he was he was in the concentration camps, and he knows how he feels that human nature is always going to revert, you know, history is always going to repeat itself. So he wants to be on top of the food chain. You know, the mutants kind should be on top of the food chain, and that's the story of them, you know, getting there, who believes who, and then here they just like, I don't know, like I feel. I like how they did with him with this family. That was kind of fucked up, actually. Yeah, but you know, every time he's trying to do good, then something happens and he reverts back. But you know, I don't know. I really
the family thing. I think that, you know, that was, they could have kind of kept that in there, because I feel like, you know, he was like questioning why he was trying to be a good guy and this and that, you know, and then that happened to his family, and then he reverted back to, you know, what he was doing. Regardless of what, I think he would have still joined Apocalypse. That's inevitable, you know. But I don't know. They should have kept it more about Magneto and Apocalypse in the mix, obviously, and Xavier, than focusing on Jennifer like she's the hero and this and that, you know. Even though in reality, the true hero who saved the day was Jean. So.
Yeah.
Oh, but that's another thing that bothered me was the whole Phoenix thing. You know, like they brought in Phoenix now. I guess they're trying to. I guess since they did it on Last Stand, which I don't know if you guys caught that joke that she made, saying like the third movie always sucked. Because you know Last Stand sucked. I thought that was awesome and that was hilarious. But I don't know. And then they brought in Phoenix, and I'm like, okay, so they brought in that power, and now you got in. I mean, I think they just went all over the place in this movie. They crammed a lot of stuff, especially Weapon X. How many times are they going to mention? They've done like 2 or 3 different variations of Weapon X already. With the Wolverine movies,
I really dug that Weapon X sequence with Wolverine and all that. Like I was that part, and the part with Quicksilver. I was a kid again. That was like awesome. Those are the highlights of the movie for me.
He finally looked like Weapon X. He finally looked like, you know. So I was like, oh, cool.
You know, I thought that was really cool as well. I think to me though, man, it's like, I started watching the whole X-Men, the original trilogy with my daughter, right? So we watched X-Men 1, we got done through X-Men 2, and I actually watched The Last Stand earlier today. And I think with me, after seeing X-Men 1 and 2, and then I went to see this movie, I think the big issue for me, though, is like the whole rebooting. You know, like you said, Nelson, we've seen Weapon X or whatever, 3 times already, it seems like, right?
I mean, not in this form. Even Deadpool, which I loved, didn't do it the right way.
Right.
And these people, I think, did it the right way, even though they didn't show that any other characters.
Right.
You know, I think as far as portraying Wolverine and how he was dressed and everything else, like if every movie that showed Weapon X would have shown that, you know, I don't know.
And
Even Origins probably would have been different.
And it's just like the comic book, when he came out of that container, it looks just like the comic book counterpart with that, which is really cool. But back to my thought though, it's like another example, Nightcrawler from X-Men 2. To me, Nightcrawler, the character that played Nightcrawler in X2 was actually, in my opinion, a better Nightcrawler than this guy that played Nightcrawler. And that's just things that I noticed after watching the first two movies. And I know that's a different trilogy. This is a reboot and this and that. Another thing too that I didn't like, man, and I don't know how you guys feel about this, but the whole X-Men costumes in this movie didn't do it for me, man. The only one that had an awesome costume, in my opinion, not even counting the last scene where you show Mystique in her iconic comic book colors and this and that, but Psylocke, to me, had the best looking costume.
She fought for that because, I'm pretty sure she read her script and she's like, well, they're not developing me, so I might as well look as much as I can like her.
Right. And here's my
so, that's up to the actor, too, to kind of fight for, their role a little bit.
But like the last scene when you see Mystique talking to all the X-Men and you see everyone with their, like you see Cyclops with his metal shades. Like I said, you see Mystique with her more white and blue costume. Why couldn't they wear them costumes throughout the whole movie? And I understand. Didn't they find those costumes from Stryker, I guess?
What are you talking about, Angel? Angel would look kind of silly, though.
No, he's talking about, but he's not talking about the Four Horsemen. He's talking about the actual X-Men. They had the flight suit. They found the flight suits, and then I guess they went and developed their own suits afterwards.
Yeah.
And then those suits were like an afterthought for training and stuff like that. Because even in the original trilogy, they go
the danger room, right?
Yeah, in the danger room. Yeah, exactly. In the original trilogy, they go back to those all black suits, and I guess and you're right, Illyrio. They go back. That's why I really don't like these new movies as much, because they make the all these character developments and all these costumes and the villains and all that stuff more awesome than what the original trilogy came out to be. Yeah. Like, they never mentioned Apocalypse. Apocalypse would have been great in the original trilogy because they're older, they got more powers and stuff. Then you got these little kids going against Apocalypse. It's like, that means they should have been able to destroy Magneto, way in the first movie. Because they were able to defeat Apocalypse, who was even stronger than Magneto.
Yeah. But like I said, man, my score on this movie, man, is like, I gave it actually a 5 out of 10. To me, like I mentioned on the chat, dude, it was just X-Men.
Hey, I want to know Rich's opinion. I know he hasn't seen the movie, but does the trailer, does it appeal? Do you feel like watching it? What is, as a person who hasn't watched?
He's like that after this review.
Save my money now and
it's like, well, I'm gonna wait till Redbox or whatever.
Richard, here's my suggestion. Richard, if you're to ask me right now, should I watch Captain America, Batman vs Superman, or X-Men Apocalypse? I'm gonna tell you, watch Captain America. Go watch Batman vs Superman, and then go watch X-Men.
But before all that, go watch Deadpool first.
The what?
Oh yeah. Go watch Deadpool. Yeah.
I loved Deadpool. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. But just from an outsider's perspective, I mean, the trailer did look pretty awesome. I mean, like, a lot of it, obviously, they try to hype it up, and they want to try to get people out there to watch. I have been a fan of the X-Men series, but I never really followed the comics too much. So I was hoping that it was going to be a better, because I know they're trying to reboot. And I don't know how much of it is also, the Hollywood, they're trying to keep all these franchises alive, and they keep trying to intertwine all these stories to try to keep, the series going further and further, just to keep making more movies. But from what you guys are saying, yeah, I'm gonna wait till it's on the torrents.
I mean,
honestly, the only people, they're trying to follow Marvel with the whole continuation thing because they're the ones who started it.
Yeah.
But the other guys have a lot to learn.
Hey, Richard, if you have a red box down there, bro, just wait for the red box, man.
Yeah. Or if you have HBO, just wait for HBO.
I want to wait until it's on cable. Yeah.
No, just wait for it to come on regular TV, man.
Oh yeah, exactly. On regular TV, like Spike always has like marathons and stuff like that. You can just wait till then.
And you know what? Another beef that I didn't bring up though, like the filming. You guys notice how the film looked? It looked like too fake. Like if they were in front of a green screen the whole time. I don't know if you guys noticed that. Like I don't know.
Well, they didn't go anywhere. Like they all they did was show different countries, but they didn't go anywhere. They were just like in Egypt or they were in the Xavier house. They didn't really go anywhere. And then Nightcrawler or Apocalypse would transport them different places. But they didn't really go anywhere. They was just in two different. They were really in two locations.
It was in Xavier's house, a warehouse, Egypt, and.
But they just showed the other places. Like Egypt, they were just outside the whole time, and all of a sudden they went into the pyramid.
But like they had a camera in New York, and they had a camera in New York showing the bridge.
Oh, hey, let me ask you guys a question. Storm. Okay, I was like all excited they're gonna bring Storm in this. But is it weird that she has an accent and that accent just disappears after time, or because Halle Berry didn't talk in any type of accent in the original?
No, you're wrong. You're wrong. Halle Berry, I think, did talk in the first movie with an accent, and then in part 2, or when she showed up again, the accent went away.
I don't remember her having an accent in the first one.
I could have sworn she had an accent, dude.
I still prefer Halle Berry as Storm than this chick. The only
thing I mean, but we gotta remember these are kids though. They're starting off.
I will tell you this: what I did like about this Storm is she looked like you guys know J. Scott Campbell, the comic book artist. Looked just like the Storm he drew on a recent cover, so that was kind of cool. But I still prefer Halle Berry.
Well, the thing is that Storm, I remember in the '92 in the anime series, that Storm was actually a Storm who was involved with Wolverine in the future, going against the Sentinels and the whole Apocalypse thing going on. She had the mohawk just like that, but she was older, way older, and she was together with Wolverine. Wolverine had to make a choice of fixing the timeline and never be together, or not fixing the timeline and stay together, or going back and never be
I think she shaved her head like that because of some other character friend that she was hanging with at the time in that book, if I vaguely remember, and that's why she had that mohawk haircut type thing.
Well, it was like way in the future though. It wasn't like at that when she was that age.
Yeah, no, it wasn't that age at all.
Let me ask you guys this, man. Did they do Apocalypse justice in regards to his origin in the movie?
No, I don't think so.
I mean, no, hold on. Don't get me wrong, because I have the book right there, and there is that Egyptian vibe in the book.
Yeah,
that's part of it.
Yeah,
and he gets his power from some alien, like.
So they got the Egypt part correct, right?
The way they were showing, like, it looked like all electronic. I guess they were touching on it, but they didn't go too deep into it. Going back to my character development. Right. And maybe that is a part of alien technology, but they don't tell you that. So you're kind of like, oh, this guy's just Egyptian worshiper.
They made it seem like the other mutants gave him that power on that transference table, and they don't explain any of that shit. So I don't think they did it justice. I don't think they did character justice at all. They said they went back and they did reshoots on the face because the people were talking. I mean, I don't see it different. He still looks like Ivan Ooze to me from Power Rangers.
They should have just done the whole character look, man. In my opinion.
They should have went with that big dude. They could have got the same character because he's a good actor, right? And put him in a suit or something like they did with Colossus and Deadpool.
Yeah.
And just made him a huge dude like he is in the comic books.
I think people do some kind of changes on his costume. Do some of the because he's always changing his arms. He's always got some kind of weapons that are coming all out of him. Like
he transforms his body.
Yeah, he transforms. He's like a transformer. I don't know. I thought it was stupid.
I just don't understand why Hollywood, like for example, you look at Wolverine, for example, he has the hairdo, he has the claws, of course. If he didn't have the claws, then he's not Wolverine. But I just don't understand why they don't try and stick with the comic book look.
As much as they can.
I don't understand, man. It just doesn't make any sense to me, man. Because like if I was in Marvel, I'll be like, no, man, that doesn't look like like Apocalypse, we need to go back to the drawing board and restart all over from.
I mean, they don't have to. They don't have to keep the A in his chest. That's going to look kind of stupid.
Right.
You know, and especially when he speaks another language. But at least try to, get his look right. You know,
like if you see this character, man, I'm not going to think he's Apocalypse. He doesn't look like Apocalypse to me, man.
Yeah.
Hey,
no, he doesn't. He doesn't.
Let me ask you guys this, since we're still talking about X-Men. I went ahead and actually ranked all 6 movies from the best to the least, or the worst, or whatever. And so I want to hear your take. Here's my order from the best all the way to the worst. I like X-Men 2. X-Men Days of Future Past is my second favorite X-Men movie. After that, I'll go with X-Men 1. Then I'll go with X-Men First Class. I'll go with Apocalypse, and then The Last Stand as the worst one. What is your ranking from top to bottom?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. He just said he's like, I don't want to talk over other adults. I just want to make.
There you go.
You know what? I guess I don't know. I guess I haven't really thought about it, but I did. I'm gonna go with X-Men 1, and then because that was the movie that really got me wow, they actually got the characters in there, and yeah, I'll go with X-Men 1, X-Men 2, and then First Class, Days of Future, and then the same thing with Apocalypse and Last Stand. That's always going to be the worst one for me. Last Stand is always going to be the last whatever list.
What about you, Nelson?
I'm going to say X2, First Class, Days of Future, X-Men the first one, this one, and then obviously Last Stand.
Got you.
Last Stand, I'm sorry, dude. They just botched that movie completely.
Did you guys notice Stan Lee though? Stan Lee this was the first time he's ever been there, right?
And serious too, dude. I think that guy only has maybe 1 or 2 movies left because he's not even doing Comic-Cons anymore. This is his last Comic-Con, I think, this weekend, right?
Today was his last day. But I'm trying to literally. You saw the movies recently, the original trilogy. Did you notice Stan Lee in any of those movies? Because I could have sworn this is the only time I've ever seen him in an X-Men movie.
You know what, man? Before I tell you the one movies I did see, what scene did he have in Apocalypse? Because I may have missed it. I probably fell asleep in that.
The part where the bombs are going in the air?
Yeah, he was holding somebody.
All the families are looking up. He was with his wife, I think.
Okay, I think I fell asleep on that scene, man.
So then you've never seen Stan Lee in any X-Men movie?
No, I did. No, I think in X-Men, the last one I recall, I'm trying to remember where he was on The Last Stand. I think I know he was in X-Men 2. I'm sure he was in X-Men 1. I don't remember the exact scene or so, but I haven't re-seen First Class, Days of Future Past. It's been a while since I've seen those.
He was in the original trilogy?
He was in X-Men 2 for sure. It was either 2 or The Last Stand because he was actually.
Check it out because I can't remember him for anything. I know Fantastic Four was in there.
In the first one, was he at the fighting scene with Wolverine fighting at the bar?
God, I'm trying to remember, man, and I just seen the movies too.
I'm sure there's a list of all the cameos.
I know. You know what? I think in The Last Stand, he was actually holding a water hose, and it was.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, you're right. When they went to go to Jean Grey for the first time. Yeah, yep. You're right.
And I'm sure he was in X-Men 1 and 2, and I just don't recall the scenes, to be honest with you, man.
I think he had to be at that bar fight, and if not, I don't think he was in it.
I just when I saw him in this film, I even looked at my sister. I was like, "Holy shit, Stan Lee's in this one!" Because I couldn't, for the life of me, I couldn't remember him in any of the other X-Men movies. The other Marvel movies, yeah, but I know I've seen him in Fantastic Four.
I'm pretty sure I fell asleep on that scene, bro.
I mean, it was quick. It wasn't really. All his cameos are really fast. It wasn't. He didn't speak either. Like in the like in Captain America, he actually in those films. Even Fantastic Four, the original Fantastic Fours, he has a speaking part. This one, you just saw him there.
Overall though, I still think this movie could have been so much better, man. But at the end of the day, like I said, I fell asleep, dude. And I can't remember the last time I fell asleep in a movie, man. So that tells you a lot.
Well, mine was Hulk. The first one.
Yeah, I got it right. That's funny. Oh well.
Okay, he was a vendor in X-Men, and actually he didn't appear in Days of Future.
He didn't?
Nope.
Really?
He was a bystander in Spider-Man 2002. In Daredevil, I didn't even know he was there when
in Daredevil,
Matt Murdock was a kid.
Yeah.
He's the one. He stopped. He's the old man that he stopped from walking into the traffic.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
He's in Fantastic Four, yeah, and you're right about Last Stand, his watering hose thing in the air. The wedding at a Fantastic Four.
Oh yeah.
Grabbing, if he was in Hulk, he was grabbing some Hulk juice in the Incredible Hulk. Iron Man.
So a recap. So I gave it 5 stars. What did you give it, Goodell?
I say I give it a really strong 7, only because I like the story overall. Aside from Apocalypse, like when they weren't showing Apocalypse and his band of wannabes. Magneto's story development I really did like. I liked the Xavier Institute. That was really cool. I like how they were Jean Grey meeting Cyclops. Like everything else was I really did like. I'll give it a 7. I just didn't like Apocalypse and his little band of rejects that he had there.
Yours was a 7.5, Nelson?
Yeah, I'm going to give it a 7.5. The 5 is for being a fan, pretty much.
Yeah, the extra.
Hey, I initially gave it a 4.5, but because I'm a fan, I gave it a 5, bro.
That's cool, bro. But you know what? Maybe if you would have stayed awake, you would have given it that extra.
You would have given it that extra, the extra 2 points.
Hey, funny story, man. So I told you I was watching X-Men with my daughter, right? So we were watching The Last Stand today, and my daughter turns to me and she says to me, "Hey, Dad, so does X-Men Apocalypse come after this?" I turned to her and I said to her, I was like, "Honey, it's going to sound confusing, but they actually rebooted the X-Men universe." And she's like, "What is reboot?" So I explained to her, well, they kind of started all over again. And I was like, that's all you need to know. So after we get done with this, we'll watch First Class or whatever. She's like, okay. I think she was confused, bro. Oh, man. All right, so that's it for X-Men, guys.
I was going to bring up the thing about X-Men at the end credits, which I forgot to when we were covering that, was the Essex Corp. I think Mr. Sinister is going to be the next villain in the next movie.
Yeah, that's what I read, man.
Yeah, because that's his corporation or whatever.
Movie, right?
What happened?
In the Wolverine movie, right?
Yeah, so he must be working with Weapon X or something like that. But that'll be pretty cool. He's a pretty badass character, and he did work with Apocalypse in the comics as well. So that'd be pretty interesting.
I just don't know why they made such a big deal of Jubilee being in this film when she's been in the other films, and they never used her. They didn't even show her powers.
It's stupid, man. I thought that she was actually going to have a role, and when they showed her, I was like, oh, there's the girl with the yellow jacket. Okay.
But they've shown her in almost every single movie of the original trilogy, and then they never. First of all, they never say she's Jubilee. We just know her because she has her yellow jacket.
Did she go to the mall?
They never showed her powers. Huh?
In the movie, did she go to the mall with Jean?
Yeah, she went to the mall with Nightcrawler, and that was another thing too.
Stupid.
That's what cracked me up because Nightcrawler went to the mall like it was all good, and nobody was looking at him like weird or anything. Like, what the fuck?
That part of the movie too was stupid, bro. Whoever wrote that was like, okay, but he's blue.
What I thought in the movie about Nightcrawler, he was wearing a Michael Jackson Thriller jacket. Did you guys catch that?
No,
it was the 80s.
It's the 80s, bro. You didn't notice the cars? These guys are driving a Mustang from '85.
Yeah, I noticed.
It was 1983.
He was wearing a Michael Jackson Thriller jacket, man. I'm like,
yeah, it's the 80s.
You know what it is? I just know the fact that Havoc was in this movie, and he was in the 60s, and he looks exactly the same age as from First Class than what the timeline's supposed to be here. He doesn't look any older.
They walked out of watching Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
Well, that's when she said, like, oh, the third movie always at least you know the third movie always sucks. I thought that was awesome.
Dude, when I heard that, I just started cracking up, man. That was fun.
It's almost like it was making fun of itself.
Yeah.
Well, you know why? Because he didn't direct the third one.
Exactly.
He left to do Superman Returns.
What?
Oh man.
Bryan Singer left to do Superman Returns. He didn't direct Last Stand.
All right, next up topic. Dude, this is sweet, man. So, new Voltron series on Netflix coming up June 10th. I'm excited for this, man.
Voltron? Oh, yeah, Voltron, you mean.
Huge fan of Voltron. I remember watching these cartoons as a kid, and I'm sure you guys watched them as well. I can't wait for this, man. So, I'll definitely be watching all the episode on June 10th. What do you guys think, man? I like how you guys don't want to talk over me, man.
Well, I mean, you got who you want to talk first? Because I don't want to cut off Nelson. And Nelson doesn't want to cut me off. So that's what I'm like.
We're trying to be the polite show here.
Yeah, we're trying to do. You know what it is? You know what it is, Valerio? Your daughter shamed me. That's what it is.
Now I'm conscious not to step over anybody's feet. So
Hey.
go ahead, my friend.
We'll let Richard. Richard, have you seen the trailer or anything about the new Voltron series coming on Netflix?
Nope.
Oh,
Haven't seen it
well,
at
you know
all.
what? On June 10th, bro, log on to Netflix, bro, and check out the show.
I'm contributing very little to this podcast.
Your presence is all that's needed, sir. Your presence is all that's needed.
I'm gonna be the silent partner in all this. I'm just gonna sit here and be silent the whole time.
You know what, Richard?
I'm going to deviate from Ilyrio's schedule. But what shows do you watch? Like, what are you into? Or what do you have time for? That's what I was going to say.
What do I have time for later? I don't. Honestly, the last movie I watched in the theater was Episode 7 for Star Wars, and then Deadpool. I watched Deadpool recently. As far as TV shows, like comics and stuff like that, I don't think I've gotten much into watching many of the series on TV. Like I never watched Daredevil.
Oh, yeah, watch it.
I know. I heard that one. Was
really good, bro.
Yeah, it's good.
And I watched Firefly back in the day.
Yeah, Firefly is a classic.
Yeah, it's cool. And a lot of those characters from Firefly are in the DC universe, so there you go. Yeah. Nathan Fillion, the chick.
But yeah, that's about it, man. As far as series, I unfortunately don't have a lot of time. So I'm just gonna sit here quietly and drink while you guys talk.
Awesome. Wherever you go.
It's just you and me now. I guess.
Okay. Sorry, guys.
What happened there, bro? Like everybody left.
I was checking on my dog.
You didn't hear what Rich had to say? What's going on?
No, before you guys
cut all that out, Illyrio. It's not that important.
No, man. Yeah, before you guys started talking, I was gonna say, Richard, the part when you said I'm not contributing a lot to this episode, I'm gonna put that on the intro, man. Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited for that, man. I can't wait. I was gonna show you the Voltron toys, Goodell, that I was talking about. Remember those toys?
Goodell dropped for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah.
Connection issues.
Well, while we wait, let me get something real quick. Hold on. We're talking about Voltron right now.
Yeah.
Check this out, dude. Hold on, let me open this up real quick.
Oh, is that what you're talking about? The the whole set, right?
Yeah. So check this out, dude.
Oh wow.
Look, so this is the Green Lion.
Yeah. Oh wow.
And then look how big this thing is, dude.
That's just one piece, right?
Yeah, this is just one. Look.
Jeez.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh damn.
I got all of them, dude.
Yeah. How much was a piece?
Dude, look. It's 23 inches Voltron.
Wow.
Oh.
And you haven't even opened the box.
I haven't opened it. I still want to open it, dude. And the only reason I haven't opened it yet is because I need to make room in my my glass shelves in the back. But yeah, I got these a few years back through MattyCollector.com, and it was more of a subscription based. order. So every month, I think it was every month or every 2 months, they charge you a credit card and you got it in the mail and stuff. But that was
How much, though?
But yeah, it's pretty cool, man.
How much, Illyrio?
I want to say, and you know what? Don't quote me on this, but I think each one of them probably costs about $35-40, I think.
It's actually not that bad.
Yeah, I think that's how much it costs, man. I still have the invoices.
They're but what year? They're not the originals, though, right? They're from the 80s.
Yeah, no, these are not the original. These came out in 2011, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome, though.
They look cool in the box, but I'm gonna open them up once I make room in my case, man. All right, man. So next up, that's it for movies.
Yeah, I want to check out the Voltron when it comes out. June 6th, you said, right?
June 10th.
June 10th.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited for that, dude, because I'm gonna check them out and stuff. So next up, games, video games. So I have the slimmer Xbox. So what's up with the slimmer Xbox, Nelson? What's going on, man?
From what I hear, which has not officially been said, it's called Scorpion or Scorpio, something like that. And they're supposed to come up with 2 systems, a slim, and then like a beefed up 4K version of the Xbox for next year. And it's supposedly going to be cheaper than the current Xbox we have now, which I don't know how that makes any sense, but
Right.
you know, maybe they're trying to beat Nintendo and PS4 to the 4K game, you know? But, you know, that came out of left field, I think, for Microsoft.
So this is not a newer system. It's just a slimmer Xbox, pretty much, right?
No, you're getting the same Xbox Slim version this year, 4K version sometime next year.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, well, you know what? I don't have an Xbox, and I've been wanting to get one, and the only reason I haven't bought one is because the only game I would actually buy would be the Halo game, and there was another game I think that there's a lot of hype that they said is good. What is that game called? Is it Quantum Break? Is that exclusive to Xbox?
Quantum Break, yeah. I actually beat that game like a month ago or something.
Yeah, so you know what? I may end up buying one then. But yeah, that's the only reason I haven't bought one. Is just there's only one or two games I want to buy for it, and that's about it, man. So that'll be interesting. Next up, I have here Overwatch, man. So did you play Overwatch?
Yeah, actually, 1 second, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, we'll edit this out, man.
Good idea. Why am I blue?
Hey, Nelson, you want to start all over?
I just say goodnight to my daughter, you guys. Sorry.
That's with you, bro.
I'm gonna pull the Dave.
There you go. Pull the Dave. Hey, Richard, say hi to R2D2. Hello.
Nice.
Mine's better, bro. Anyways.
No, hey,
Overwatch.
Hey, let me see if you guys know your movies. You guys ready? Where's this from?
Mad Max.
Nope.
Tango and Cash?
What movie is this from?
Tango and Cash?
Nope. It's a classic.
Is that the A-Team?
Back in the 80s.
Not the A-Team, is it?
You got A.
A-Team was a van.
Oh, wait, that's Back to the Future. That was Back to the Future.
That's right, buddy. Back to the Future, man.
Oh.
I just
They
saw
showed that truck of like, 10 minutes.
Mike was here. She would have probably called it out.
I saw when you put it a Toyota in the back. That's what.
Oh, nice. Yeah, look at this one. Isn't that cool? Look.
Oh,
nice.
Cool.
Oh, what movie is that one from?
I know, right?
I think it's Dukes of Hazzard.
So you like Overwatch, man? It's pretty good.
It's refreshing, dude. It's a change of pace from Call of Duty and Destiny and everything else we play.
Interesting.
I find myself wanting to play it, and it's only multiplayer, which that's the funny part. There's no single-player story or anything like that. I think what's appealing is you could jump to any class you want, and all the classes have different abilities. Even it's funny because my son was playing it today, and he's like, "This game's hard," you know, like I think it's just you have to find what characters work for you and use those characters, but at the same time, since it's team-based and it has a healer, you know, a defense, an offense character, you have to kind of cater to the team too. You can't just be anybody you want. You can't have a bunch of tanks, or you're gonna lose. You know, Blizzard. But to be honest with you, Blizzard always does good games.
Yeah.
I don't think there's one game that I've played from Blizzard that I'm like, yeah, this sucks.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool from what I've seen, so I'm definitely gonna try and check it out, man. Next topic I have here is Odin Sphere demo came out for the PS4. I think it's coming out for the PS Vita. The demo, I think, next week. Have you played it, Nelson? What do you think, man?
I didn't have a chance to play it. I know you played it.
Yeah, dude. So, Goodell, I don't know if you guys have ever played this game. It was a 2D fantasy action role-playing game from Vanillaware. It came out on the PS2. So they kind of did a HD remake, I guess you could say, or a remaster, or whatever, of this game. And man, it looks really beautiful, man. I was only planning on getting it for the PS Vita, but I think I'm gonna pick it up for the PS4 because it looks really good. It's a really nice game, man. So I think it comes out.
The same guys who did that game, Muramusha.
Yeah, Muramasa, something like that.
I love that game. That game was really good.
You know what, dude?
I saw the trailer the other day for it.
Huh?
I think I saw something the other day on it. They would show like a trailer or something on it when I was on the PS4.
Yeah, look, it's really cool, man. Download the demo because I played it a few times and I'm really enjoying it, man. I'm gonna have to check it out.
Oh, that might be it. I might have saw the demo when I was looking for the free PS games for the month.
Right. All right, that's all I have for video games. The last topic I had was related to comics. So Nelson, what is going on with this whole Rebirth, man? About that, bro.
It's a lot going on. I don't think it could cover everything, but we'll start with this.
Just an overview, bro.
Overview. Basically, I think this is DC's way of saying "oops" without having to do a reboot, because it's not a reboot. It's a It's a continuation of what's happening in the New 52. I don't know if I'm supposed to spoil some of the stuff or basically.
So are they doing every 50, like, you know, there's 52 issues, I guess, right? The New 52. Are they doing a rebirth for every issue?
I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna work. But I know the main characters that people were complaining about that were too like dark, and you know, a character like Superman, his comics aren't always dark. You know, Green Lantern, Flash. They're bringing back some of that hope and heroicness of the older comics of how they were before the New 52, because they saw, I guess, the success of Batman, and it's dark, it's gritty, it's, you know, it is, you know, it's that style, and I guess they started following that style, and it just doesn't work for every single comic. Right. So I guess they wanted to kill it without saying the word reboot, you know. So yeah, I mean, I know that Superman died, or 52 Superman died. Original Superman's back, married to Lois, with a kid. You know, it's like crazy, dude.
Yeah. Now, have they already started releasing these, or are they upcoming?
Yeah, this week. Well, actually, I order 2 weeks ahead. They did the rebirth this week, and I think next week starts the individual rebirths, which is like Batman, Superman, Green Arrow, Green Lantern Corps. I think those are the first ones coming out next week.
Yeah, I think I was on Midtown Comics. I saw the Batman cover. I may check them out, man. I think for the New 52, I'm quite behind in comic books, man. I want to say I probably only bought maybe 2 or 3 titles. Off the top of my head, I don't remember which ones. But when you mentioned that, I'm like, oh, man, they're rebooting this thing all over again. Yeah, I might check them out, though. We'll see, man. Some
of the stuff that they brought up in the book is kind of crazy because they're meshing the Watchmen, which is not a part of the DC universe, with this timeline. He's that what is it? Dr. Manhattan is basically the one who made all this happen. So that's a pretty cool thing that they're bringing into this. I mean, they're going back to, I think, Batman and Superman 800 and 900 and whatever. You know, so let's see what happens if they go to 1,000 or if they reboot that whole series again. But I think they're doing it right this time, from what I've read.
Are you going to get all of them?
I'm going to get every #1. And then the only ones that I'm actually sticking with are the regular Batman, All-Star Batman, and Superman.
Okay.
I got 1 through 52 of Batman with the variants.
Right. Huh.
But I'm a big Greg Capullo fan and Snyder.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, like I said, I might check it out. We'll see. That's all I had for topics, man. Do you guys have anything else to talk about?
No, I mean, I know we don't usually talk about the shows like Arrow and Flash and.
Yeah. I just watched Arrow's ending and I wasn't really digging it, dude.
No, you know that they Arrow they had their own subreddit page, and the fans changed it to Daredevil because they were so in protest to the way the season ended this season for Arrow. Huh?
You watched it already?
What, Arrow?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I finished Arrow and I finised Flash already.
I could talk about it. I just didn't like the ending, and I hated Damien Dark, bro. It was just like,
I think
what is this garbage?
They just like threw everything at the end. Like they built up the whole season for them just to crap out at the end. Then, like everybody leaves, and it was just like okay. They even had a joke where Felicity Smoke. She was like, "Oh, I'm not going anywhere." You know, like when she was telling. We remember when she showed up and Oliver was like, "Oh, I expect you to be here." She's like, "I'm not going anywhere."
Yeah.
Which was like kind of like a stab at the Reddit, the fans and stuff. Because I guess they were like, "Oh, you need to leave or you need to or whatever or some crap like that."
But I think if she leaves, that show will not be the same. I think she's a big part of it, dude. Like, fans are being kind of stupid, too. I mean, I understand maybe they didn't like the whole marriage thing and where they were taking that, but, you know, I think she's a big part of the show. If she leaves, I don't know what that show is going to be.
Well, I don't know if you noticed when she said, like, oh, the original three's back, or Team Arrow, the original Team Arrow's back. Because I think a lot of people are leaving the show, or, but, you know, I liked, like I said, the season was already getting kind of too soap opera-ish.
It's too many characters.
And the way they ended it at the end was like, I mean, you did all that character development, you did all those storylines, you did all this great job on some of the, you know, the bringing the storyline with Damien Dark at least to where it makes sense with his powers, and you introduce Vixen, you introduce all these people. And then just to, like, at the end, just rush the entire thing. Like, it was like, wow. Like, you know, it was like this big build-up for nothing. And then Flash, I dug Flash season. I loved Flash. And then at the end, that season actually left me like, I can't wait for next season.
No.
If it happens, it happens. You know?
I think the Flash writers are, like, on point, you know? But then again, they're bringing these characters from the book.
Yeah.
Into it. So I think that the writers from Arrow need to start looking at the books or the source material and use that. I think it was a mistake to kill what's her face? Sorry, I'm blanking out here.
Oh, Black Canary.
Black Canary. Because in the book, that's what people were complaining about, that Black Canary and Arrow weren't together anymore. So what are they doing in the New 52? Or sorry, in the New 52. In the Rebirth series, they're bringing her back. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, you know, you need to start listening. I mean, not listening to the fans, but, like, yeah, kind of. You know what I'm saying? What worked before? Don't.
That's you gotta appeal to your demographic, and exactly. You know, it's DC Universe, and you know, you can't sit there and piss off everybody. Like, I mean, I can understand for drama, I can understand for effect, but that, you know, doing what they did with doing what they did with Black Canary, I thought that was wrong, and then. Even with then DC Legends, then, you know, like I just wish that if you're gonna have spin-offs, try to have it like all on the same timeline, or at least explain, because now they're bringing in Supergirl into the CW, and they did a crossover episode with Flash and Supergirl, and they don't explain on either show or Flash when he went to go see Supergirl. He doesn't even mention Supergirl.
Well, when they show him because I haven't watched the episode, but I saw pieces of it. They show him with that chest piece that he had, right?
Yeah, well, I know. Yeah, when he came back, he was like, "Oh, how long have I been gone?" Because I know that was the time where he left. But he you know, if I was, let me tell you, if I went to another, it wasn't even another Earth. It was like a whole other dimension type of thing. They were saying, if I did that and I knew I met Supergirl, I would be like, "Damn, you know, I just came back and this chick was like,
that's the other thing.
I just met Supergirl."
Goodell, that's the other thing I'm saying. Like, if he went to another dimension and saw her, right? How's that going to work with this show? Because now they're supposed to be in the same, you know, area or whatever.
Right.
I don't understand how they're going to pull that off.
Who knows? Now from what he did, you know, you saw the last episode.
Oh,
Flash,
yeah, that's
huh?
right. That's right. So maybe from the last episode, everything's completely different. So they're going to use
'cause
Flash as the most popular show to kind of like
bridge
change
them all
everything.
together. Right. Because they were already talking about doing crossovers with all the shows, Supergirl, DC Legends, Arrow, and Flash. Which, you know, every time they do crossovers now, it's only like one character from those shows that come in. They call it a crossover. It's just one character that's sitting there. But I mean, I liked it. I like Flash. Flash kept me like, oh, I can't wait because of, now they're going to introduce the Flashpoint. So I'm digging it. So I can't wait. Arrow, I didn't care for, and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I wasn't really impressed either.
But yeah, no, I mean, Legends kind of redeemed itself a little bit for me. I don't know what they're going to do in the next one. Flash right now is my favorite show next to Daredevil.
I've never seen Flash, bro.
I'm excited for Punisher. I want to see what they do for that because that guy's just a killer. So, you know, I want to see what they do.
I guess what you guys are trying to tell me is I need to watch Flash, right?
Flash,
watch
Arrow,
Daredevil.
DC Legends. You gotta watch them all, man.
Hey, is Flash on Netflix?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yes.
Season 1. Okay, because I know my daughter, she saw, because Flash is coming up pretty soon, right? And I think I saw a trailer for Flash and was it Wonder Woman or Supergirl or something?
Supergirl. Well, what I'm going to do now, because I didn't get to Supergirl, I'm going to watch Supergirl.
Yeah, my daughter says, "Hey, Dad, record it." So I think I'll watch season 1 and try to catch up so we can talk about it.
Is that on Netflix?
She'll like Supergirl. Supergirl, it's out of the three, Supergirl's more of like the bubbly, you know, like really like rainbow and sunshine of the three. But I mean, what I liked about Supergirl was they brought a lot of Superman's storylines since they can't use Superman. And Superman's in Supergirl. He's in the show, but they don't show him. They kind of have him like in the background or whatever because he's trying to let her do her own thing. But in the whole series, like a lot of the storylines, a lot of plot lines are from Superman. Like a lot of the characters and villains and stuff like that. So that was pretty cool. I did like it. I'm
gonna check it out.
I liked it. I mean, I think you'll probably see it as like a little kind of like a girl freaking show, or whatever. I mean, anything with this Superman, Supergirl, anything DC, I enjoy. So I'll watch it. I don't care. Even Birds of Prey. When Birds of Prey was on CW,
I thought
I was still watching that.
They had Birds of Prey?
Yeah, during the Smallville run,
yeah,
they had one season of Birds of Prey with Batgirl, Black Canary, and what's her face, Helena. Oh my God, what's her name? I forgot her name. I forgot her comic book name, but yeah, Helena. They had it as Bruce Wayne and Catwoman's daughter.
Anyways,
Huntress.
But it was
the Huntress.
She was the Huntress, but it was right.
It was what?
Cheesy.
Yeah, no, it was all right. I mean, I enjoyed it. It wasn't that bad. They had Alfred. What I like about that was the intro was kind of like for the Killing Joke. They show the Joker shooting Batgirl and paralyzing her.
Oh, so basically she was acting like Oracle in the whole thing?
She was Oracle. Yeah, she was Oracle.
Oh,
and she was in the tower, and so she was always watching out for the Huntress, because in that storyline, the Huntress was Bruce Wayne's daughter and Selena Kyle's daughter. But then nobody knew where the hell Batman went or Bruce Wayne, and then nobody knew any of that stuff. So
yeah.
Alfred was there. Watcher.
I like how in Legends they do mention Batman and Superman, but they don't mention their names. They just say, "Oh, Men of Steel and Bats," whatever. I kind of like that.
Yeah. What the hell?
Oh, look at Miguel.
Did you just wake up?
Sorry. No, I was playing categories with the family, so
Miguel looked like he had a pound of barbecue.
I had a pound of barbecue, like 3 or 4 ears of corn. Just had some cheesecake.
Hey, you still in Jacksonville?
Huh?
You're in Jacksonville?
Yeah, I'm in Jacksonville.
Hey, say hi to your mom for me.
Oh, I will. Yeah, my daughters are here. My sister, her husband. So.
Hey, Miguel.
What's up?
Are you gonna destroy the bathroom outside?
I should destroy it outside. Well, what happened, Jeremy?
Miguel was on a special diet this week.
Is this making it to the podcast later?
I know, man.
And the before and after, it's like.
Yeah, well, I mean, Illyria, Jeremy wanted to know how's your wife doing with the schooling?
She's trying to get into FSCJ right now, man. She has 2 more years to get her bachelor's.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, man.
Congrats. Good stuff.
Thanks, buddy. Ain't nothing but
So-
quiet.
So did I avoid all the spoilers? I'll
Yes,
probably
you
watch
did.
Batman versus Superman tonight.
Oh my gosh.
Batman vs Superman was like 4 podcasts ago.
Yeah,
Yeah. Here, I'll spoil it for you right now. Batman fights Superman.
Hey, I guess next time I'm gonna have to get a hat because Goodell and Richard are both rocking 2 different kind of hats. So I'm gonna have to see how I can get into the mix.
Hey,
My persona is Big G.
Hey, Miguel, the only thing you need to know about the new X-Men Apocalypse, just wait for it to arrive at Redbox, bro.
Are you serious?
If I learn anything tonight, is not to watch X-Men Apocalypse. So.
We didn't give it a
You know
low
what?
score. Like,
But the thing is, you know what, Richard? If you don't know anything really about the comic books or anything like that, you might enjoy the movie
yeah.
on its own. But like, we nitpick it because we're fans of the source material.
Miguel, my original score was actually a 4.5, but because I'm a fan, I gave it another 0.5, so I gave it a 5. 5 out of 10, bro.
He fell asleep for like an hour, so
I fell asleep twice, bro.
You fell asleep during the movie?
Yeah, twice, man.
Wow.
Yep, it was.
He's there snoring like a bear, and everybody's like, "Look at this guy." No, hey, honestly, I had to take Willie to the movie with me because my son was sick today. But you know what? The worst kind of people to go to the movies with are the talkers. That they're like, "Oh man, did you see that? Hey, did you see that?" And I'm like, I was ignoring him the whole time, dude. But I was just like, "Can we just watch the movie?" You know, like, he was like, "Wow!" And there was another guy doing the same thing, and I'm like, "Dude, can we just watch the movie?"
Yeah, I mean, unless it's a movie that I've already seen before, I don't mind people talking. But if it's like we're all watching it for the first time, it's like, why are you talking?
I was just like baffled. His phone went off. He was like, "Oh, I'm sorry." He was like talking to the guy behind me. I'm like, the guy behind us didn't say anything. It was just weird. I was like, all right, I'm never inviting you to the movies again.
You talking about Willie?
Yeah, bro, Willie.
He did the whole thing.
Yeah, dude.
We're gonna love it when he watches this podcast.
I might be looking for a job.
We'll send him the link. We'll send him the link directly. Like, hey man, you gotta watch this podcast.
Fast forward to.
Fast forward, yeah, exactly.
If you don't see me there on Tuesday, you know what happened. Looking for a new job.
That's funny.
Oh man,
Dude, I've been doing nothing but napping all day.
You look like it. But you've been like that all week because of your special diet.
No, well, I mean,
how was the juicing? How was the fast? Did you finish?
no.
You didn't make it?
No,
He gave up.
no. I mean, at the beginning of day 2, I was like, "There's no way I can do this." I mean, my wife and daughter did it, like everything, but I was just, I mean, it's for someone that eats all the time, it's impossible to do that.
You could do it.
I was miserable. I was angry. I was lashing out at family members.
I did it for 7 days. I did it for 7 days, actually.
Dude, there's no way.
Was day 2 the day we were posting like the pizza gifts and the burgers and the fries? Yeah, I was like, I wanted to mess with them so bad, so I was just posting gifts of food back to back.
Well, you know, Miguel, the first day I did I actually started the cleanse. My mom made pork chops and French fries for dinner, and I was like, "You guys are horrible." Like,
I would have been like, "I'm starting tomorrow."
No, but I pushed through. No, I actually did good.
That's funny.
No, it's hard. It takes a whole lot of discipline, and I just don't have that discipline.
I lost like 25 pounds for that week just because because it was just nothing but water and then the juice, and then when I finally got to eat something, it had to be like jasmine rice with veggies. And then, I lost like 20. I mean, but it's like 25 pounds of like water weight.
Jasmine rice is what? Like it's steamed?
It's rice made by jasmine.
Oh, okay.
It's from the middle. Yeah, it's from India, or any type of Asia. It's really good rice. It has no it's high in carbs, but it's no fat.
No,
low in fat.
Does it have a particular like smell or something, or no?
No, I mean, I guess it depends on the way you cook it. Like I use the rice cooker, and it tastes really good. It's just really bland. Like it doesn't have any.
It doesn't have any taste. We cook it here, and I always wonder, like, what is jasmine rice? Is a person named Jasmine cooking it, or
no? Well, it's popular like in India and in different parts of Asia. But I mean, if you're trying to cut down and you want something like a carb source, that one's really good because it's low in fat. Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's what I do. I do like half a cup of that. I do like half a cup of 1/4 to a half a cup of jasmine rice, and then I'll just load it up with veggies.
Speaking of Indian, where's Sibi?
I haven't heard from him in like weeks.
Isn't he still in Mexico or something?
I thought he was, but maybe he got arrested or some shit. I don't know.
No.
Yeah. Who knows?
I wouldn't, but
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past him.
I don't have anything.
I wouldn't put it past him.
He went to Mexico City by himself.
Yeah, he went by himself.
No,
he invited me.
Serious?
Has he made it back?
He invited me. I was like, dude, I don't got money right now to do that shit because I was looking for a job.
He's fucking nuts.
Yeah, he is.
That's crazy. Knowing Sibi, he would go to Mexico and pretend like he's like from a rival cartel.
Hold on. The last picture he posted on the room was
he's trying to look Mexican.
He looked Mexican.
The last one he shaved, he let his mustache grow. He's trying to look Mexican.
Fucking guy.
He's like, forget India, I'm going Mexican.
Yeah, he's trying to meet these chicks on Tinder and shit, like to go hang out with.
He's posted on the chat. He looked like El Chapo.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, Sibi's probably like on the street corner or something, like trying to get money to get back home.
We're gonna talk about physical and digital real quick, and I'm gonna tell you why. So I saw X-Men 1 digitally as well as X-Men 2, and I'll tell you this, man. If you are blind, I'm not gonna even say that. Hold on. If you're gonna tell me that digital could be it can be the future, okay, that's fine. But dude,
it's not clean.
Dude, I saw The Last Stand in physical format. I actually popped in my Blu-ray, and I'll tell you what, it is a huge difference, bro. I mean, I don't know why.
Unless your connection is freaking T1, which not everybody in America has a T1 connection and never will.
Dude.
Digital's not the future, bro. Digital's the future maybe for downloading movies, downloading MP3s, but it's not going to be the standard. It can't be the standard.
I wish I would have checked out X-Men 1.
Another one for digital, Sony, with the...
I can tell the difference in picture quality, man. It's a huge difference in my opinion.
What is that?
I think it's a matter of time before technology catches up, though. I mean that's just not saying that people are not going to have that type of connection now. I mean, in 10 years from today, we'll all probably have 10 gigabit connections
to the house, you know.
Yeah.
But hold on. Look at companies like Comcast killing everybody with their 300 gigabyte cap. Which you kill 300 gigabytes just streaming Netflix.
No, well, I mean, next month they're
I thought they
raising.
increased it though.
Yeah, they're increasing it, but still,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Well, let me see. Now I can chime in. So when I was back in DC, when I was back in DC, one of the guys that I met in the class, he actually worked for Akamai, which is one of the largest actual carriers of, the actual internet carriers in the U.S. And he said that at any point in time, Netflix accounts for almost 40% of their traffic, and that doesn't include when there's like premieres or there's any type of like new show being released, where people just like binge watch. So if you think about that, one single application accounts for 40% of their traffic on their networks, which is basically most of the backbone of the internet in the United States.
That's crazy.
And
I'm pretty sure they're hammering Netflix too with a dirty bill, and that's why they keep on raising their prices.
Well, I think that with the whole net neutrality, that that actually came up, and we were talking about it, and I think that I think first of all that data is data, and you shouldn't have to pay more just to be able to stream your stuff. I think the ones that are really screwing the consumers over here are the cable companies, because the cable companies will sell you 50, 60 megabits to your house, where you're never going to get 50, 60 megabits.
No.
It's going to be burstable, but they're selling 50, 60 megabits to your neighbor and your other neighbors and everybody else down the street. To be able to get is probably going to be on a burstable speed. You're never going to be able to get that speed consistently. So until consumers start demanding that they get what they pay for, they're just going to keep giving everybody the short end of the stick. You're not going to get the full data.
I think they had to boost it to 1 terabyte because everybody was complaining that 300 gigabytes is nothing, dude.
Yeah.
I was always going past 300 gigabytes by 40 or 50, maybe 100 gigs sometimes.
But the reason why they do that is because they cannot support the traffic. If everybody that's subscribed to a 30 megabit pipe actually used it, their systems, their infrastructure would not be able to handle the capacity of it. And that's
the reason for my argument that when watching a movie, I prefer watching it a Blu-ray physical media than actual streaming it via Apple Movies or digitally, because I can tell the huge difference, man, in regards to picture quality and audio quality. I feel like I get more, I get the full, like the whole movie, I guess is what you could say. I don't know if I should say it that way, but I just can tell the difference, dude, and that's the reason why I prefer loading a disc than actually watching it digitally. I don't know, Nelson. Do you feel the same way?
It's twofold for me, dude. I like having the physical media, the collection, whatever, than having. Oh, let me go into my hard drive to watch Deadpool. It's not the same, dude. For me, it's not the same. And that's just my opinion.
What do you think, there, Miguel?
What do you have to say, Miguel? What's your defense for
Miguel's like digital for the future, buddy.
Oh,
No, I mean, I think it depends on where you're watching it, but to me, and I have, I don't even know how many DVDs, but once you watch it, what are you really going to do with it? And to me, the fact that you just have it doesn't necessarily mean that you're getting any value having it in your house versus having it someplace where you can stream it. And it's only for most consumers, and I think for most people, when you're looking at like digital versus physical, 90% of the people out there aren't going to notice the difference in quality. And the only thing that really matters is just being able to see it. So for me, downloading it from Showbox and it's 720p versus not seeing it in 4K or 1080p, it doesn't really matter. I just care about seeing it. That and the fact that it just takes up space. And I have, probably hundreds of movies that are just chilling that I haven't opened in I don't know how long. And it's not only movies, it's also games. I have probably like 3 of those huge plastic bins full of games, and it doesn't benefit me. So
Well,
I personally don't care about owning something.
You're that like 1%.
No,
You know,
I'm the 90%. You guys are the 1%.
No, dude.
I kind of have to chime in here. I think for the aficionados and the guys that are big into the movies, yeah, the digital format is not going to do it for you. You need the physical medium. It's just like for audiophiles, like that swear by LPs and by the actual quality of the physical media.
Yeah. Vinyl's always going to be the shit.
For the regular consumer, I think the digital media will eventually catch up, and then it's going to be that always on, always instant on that they're going to be able to, they're going to want to watch it on their iPad or tablet or to stream it on the television, and they're not really that concerned about it, and then you have to worry, again, going back to my earlier comments, is going to be that the current infrastructure right now cannot provide you full quality that you could get with the digital disc, with a physical disc. So the digital media is just going to have to be that compressed. There's going to be some loss, and so for the most part, most consumers will probably never notice it.
Yep. And I completely agree with you 100%, Richard. But like you said, though, it's like that one small percentage, like myself or like Nelson or whoever else is has a home theater sound system.
It's not even that. They make extra money off of us, man, because they have the special editions and all that stuff. Because you can't have a special edition with digital. They're going to be losing money.
Yeah.
In reality,
And that's not going to go away. I don't think the physical media is going to go away anytime soon, because you have a lot of people that want to collect. I mean, heck, when we get deployed overseas, we don't have the luxury of being able to have fast connections. So believe it or not, a lot of people lug around their movie collections, or lug around,
their favorites,
20, 30 of their favorite movies around, just so that they can be able to watch them, because you can't. You just don't have the ability to stream them over the internet, So I think, and then the quality, I don't think it's at the current time. I don't think it's you can even compare,
Yeah.
Hey, Alirio, you want to close it out?
Yeah, let me close it out, guys. So, you guys gonna make me work now. I gotta edit all this crap out of here.
Yeah, we can continue. We're gonna edit it out. But he wants to close it out.
Thanks for fucking it up, Miguel.
Everything that Miguel came in for, just take him off.
Hey, Miguel's talking about discipline and all the stuff he's eating, but.
Discipline. He's been eating all day.
He did the last 30 minutes.
I've been grazing from 8 a.m. until now, and even when we're done, I'm going to have a bowl of cereal.
There you go.
Miguel, I want you to know that I was being a very productive member of this chat the entire time until you showed up.
He had a lot of insight.
What's going to be funny?
You can see it in his eyes. That's where you really can tell.
Watch this podcast later and listen to my commentary, please, and get back to me.
No, that's going to be the best part of this whole podcast.
You heard our expert review. What he took away from our review was like, so you guys are saying I should check out X-Men then, right?
Yeah, but we gave it a strong 7. I mean, I think honestly, I still tell you go see the movie, because again, it's everybody's opinion, and if you may like it, you may not like it. I mean, I would say go see the movie.
Yeah, but I think Alirio, Goodell, and Nelson look at it in a completely different way than someone like me, because I'm not even into the comic books like that.
Listen. This is how I'm going to end the show. Okay, here we go. If you guys are having a hard time sleeping, go check out X-Men. You watch X-Men, you're going to fall asleep, and you're going to sleep really good. So, with that being said, I think the next movie coming out is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Next weekend.
Yeah, so I'm going to set up a chat invite for next Saturday, 10 o'clock. So hopefully you guys can check out the movie and we can talk about it. So to all our viewers and listeners, thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe to our podcast. Until then, you guys have a good one. Bye.
Peace. And everything else. Alira, what are you doing, bro? You waited. You're gonna.
Hey, I should have had this on when I was talking about Captain America, man.
Yeah, you could have. What other toys you have back there, bro? What other props you gonna bust out?
I don't know, man. I'll think about it next time.
Right.
Bust out my Boba Fett costume.
Everyone, this is Drinks and Reviews podcast episode number 2. I'm your host, Illyrio, several with some of my friends. Hold on, I messed that up, man. Let me start all over. Hold on. This drink is already...
You alright there, buddy? You did just fine the last time.
It'll be a long night.
Alright, so we all got to see X-Men Apocalypse. I'm going to start off this by first...
Start again. I'm sorry. I lost connection. I went to mute because of the background music, and I accidentally X'd out the room by accident. Sorry. Hey, Illyrio, it's all good, bro. It happens.
You're killing me, man.
And I'm surprised you guys didn't say, where the hell did Nelson go?
No, we're professionals. We just continue with the show.
All right, fine. Sorry. Last time, I promise.
Yeah, we just...
Let me go drops like an idiot. What the hell?
Where'd he go?
You don't know this movie, bro?
What the hell?
I'm a boot you out of this chat, bro.
What's up? What's up, Bill?
Where's this from, Miguel?
Okay, Google. Where's the Black Chevy Tundra movie?
Did he just say Chevy Tundra?
Wow. Hey, but you know what's not okay? You're making money off of us. Fuck you, fuck this podcast, I'm out.
Miguel's not gonna get any money.
Hey, for your info, Miguel, I ain't made shit. Hey, you're funny,
that first shiny nickel, I want my penny.
Nice.